Hey everyone, welcome to Mind Coast. Do you ever feel blown into a situation as if some of the challenges that emerge in your life seem to come from nowhere and build towards nothing? Just smoke doing its best to block out where light should be. If you let that build up without release, it only gets harder for the light to reach you. Adrift the sea of clouds, one came to be, untouched by the winds, the purest white there is. The sky held nothing as gentle. With the seasons change, so too came a breeze, a soft whisper, an unstoppable force of nature, from which a voyage across the world set into motion. Upon that gale, the clouds set sail, and such beauty it beheld from its vantage on high. But not all meeting its sight brought alongside delight, and what was once pure white, a shade of gray has befell. The season of its departure has come once again. A return to the starting point marks the journey's end, the one now back where its travels began, but far removed from the purity once had. A clear view of creation's finest. It was marvelous, was it not? How then could some thorns of imperfection darken a cloud this much, to appear as though light never was, fixing a storm as such? The world must have shadows with no escape from, even for what's in the sky above. Uncalled for winds led an unplanned expedition, and what majesty it drew, yet overshadowed by pollution. There's but one way to return a storm cloud's peace, waiting for its release. So, release. We're all like clouds in a way, spurred forward independent of our will, by the winds of time through the voyages of our lives. And on that voyage, there's so much beauty to behold. Yet nothing seems to remain with us as much and as long as the darkness that's also present. When life blows us into those encounters, it's almost impossible for them not to weigh on us in some form. And just like clouds darkened by the pollution blown onto their course, it eventually shows on the surface in our disposition. The lives that we're actively living, the world that we're a part of, and even within our own selves. On each of those levels, the same balancing struggle between the positivity and negativity blown onto our course is at play. But negativity seems to be a far stronger interruption in long-lasting experience. To live is to rejoice, and to live is to also suffer. But suffering can accumulate, and when left to without being addressed, it distances us further away from joy than we should be. There's only one way to ease that storm once it builds up, and that's to let it go. Just as the intense rain of a storm cloud purifies it from darkness, while clearing a path for the sun and restoring the lush beneath it. It's important that we each find our own healthy way of being able to reset, so as to not distance ourselves from the light reaching out for us to claim.